Alright, we're good. Alright. So this is Chaos Heat. This is by Taito. This is basically Resident Evil, but with more action and less story. I'm live. Alright. This is Chaos Heat. This is going to be a good ending attempt. I say attempt because we don't actually know what causes the good ending in this. Also, Mituki is the only character you should play in this. She's the only good character. Even Macaw plays her. Time starts on character select. And to speedrun this, I use in-game time, because you have to 1cc it to get your time. But, in-game clock is not at all consistent with real time, because the timer stops when cutscenes happen. Thank you, Fiora, everybody. Hopefully I put on a good show for this game. So you can charge your gun, you can roll. You have to destroy cores, maybe, for a good ending. Yeah, exactly. If Macaw plays the waifu when there's two big dudes, then you know the waifu is the only good character. So every time an enemy dies, they drop a core, and the game keeps track of that, which is very suspicious. You charge your shots in the gun bar there. When that's full, you have a full charge meter. Oh, he's shooting. Giant roaches. Oh, I'm gonna miss that launcher. That's a good thing though, because that gives me a chance to point out that if you make a single mistake in this game, it affects the entire rest of the run. So because I missed that launcher, I don't have shots for the final boss. And you have to stun lock the final boss with launchers or it's basically impossible. But let's see. Hopefully this goes well. Also that helicopter is gone. So this is the first boss, this giant snake, I guess, or worm. Just run up to him. Shoot him with launchers. Kill some spiders. There's a launcher in that box, and that's the first stage. The core bonus is low. That's bad. Also, this is a one-life game, and there's very little healing items throughout the game. Like, there's, I want to say, 10, if that. If you're at full health, they just give you points. And both of these guys are alive. I'll just follow them there sometimes. Why is she wearing a bike helmet? It's supposed to be like a tactical helmet of some sort, but it looks like a bike helmet. She also has booty shorts and pink hair. Shit, I just rolled into that, that's bad. This is one of the rooms where I farm cores. I don't know if I need to farm cores, but I do it here. Also, to roll, you double tap a direction. There is no button for it. So, if I'm rolling, I'm double tapping on accident. Another thing about this game is aiming. Like, while you're running around, you have loose aiming, but when you start shooting, the aiming gets tighter on the window, so like, there's me aiming without shooting, and while shooting, you have a tighter control over it. Alright, this part I'm worried about because I only get one shot at this. We have to defend this guard here for 30 seconds from spiders. The strat that I came up with was to stand by this box, because the big red spiders get stuck on that box, and then the other spiders or whatever. Alright, we're good. If he takes no damage, you get 2 items. Because I have the vest and full health, he gives me a launcher. And because he lived, he gives me the AP, which reduces charge time on the gun. Her gun tonfas. And here is the very pink tyrant. That attack is extremely delayed. You have to wait for the sound cue to roll. Oh, it's actually being really nice. But it's not over yet. He turns into a giant spider, like the Thing. I didn't do it. Usually he just throws out both claws, then you roll at one of them. And he spits acid, like that. And that's stage 2. If the guard dies in the elevator part, you take a completely different route, which I have no idea how to do, because that's the bad ending route. You have to do the route that I'm doing to get the good ending. I've done like every single route in this game to test it, and this is the only way. Does this game control poorly? Not really. Like, the only problem I have with this game is you have to double tap the directions to roll. There are also secret point spots hidden throughout the game, like this one. You shoot the wall a couple of times, you get a bunch of points. And these brown enemies, they breathe fire, so they have to die first. While the gray ones just kind of walk around and try to hit you. I'll just keep breaking more cores. Probably more by now. Where did their cores go? here are the budget hunters. They remind me of the hunters from Resident Evil, but they are not nearly as dangerous. They just kind of waddle at you. Also, this game, like, kind of requires me to focus on it the whole time, or I'll do badly. So there's, like, basically no downtime in this. Alright, I came up with a strat for this one. Let him shoot that computer. Because previously, before, like, experimenting with this before the marathon, I had no idea how to do this room without taking damage, but that works. This is also another kind of worrying part here with this, because it's another one of those, if you mess up, then you're put on the wrong track, and I don't know how to do that route. Charge. This is how I can just shoot it off screen. It should be fun. Yeah. Alright. This is going well now. There's not anything like that. Well, there is, but I kept that vest for that long. What this one is? You don't want gas. Yeah, this got a PS1 sequel. Matuki and Rick are in it. Bo is not. Also, you have to move or that rat will hit you. Because that rat is active during the cutscene and you're not. So if you don't move right away, then the rat damages you because it'll either shoot at you like that or jump on you. But yeah, this got a PlayStation 1 sequel. It's more Resident Evil than this, like, more generic survival horror. And I routed it and speedran it. And it's called Chaos Break, I think. And Chaos Break has mandatory Sudoku puzzles. So if you like Sudoku, maybe take a look at Chaos Break. But that was a nasty surprise when I streamed that, because I streamed it like without looking up anything. It's like, oh hey, you have to do this Sudoku puzzle. And it's randomized every time. Where's the point? There we go. And if time runs out, you just die. And this is a one-life game, so your credit's over if you let time expire. Green zombies shoot at you. But their shots don't do too much damage. It's these blue zombies that are kind of dangerous because their pistol whip that they do takes about a fifth of your health. Yep, mandatory random Sudoku is one of the puzzles in Chaos Break. There's also a AC, or AP, that I learned about recently, that's right there. I did not know that until I was like, messing with this for practice. That's a missile here, or you'll just get swamped. There's a launcher right there. Alright, it is very, very important not to shoot this boss at the start of the fight. because this is the hardest boss in the game if you do not do this exact strat. Which is pretty much this game. If you don't do this strat, then you're in trouble. So let him shoot. Sometimes he shoots twice. Alright, he's not. So I'm selling birds. Alright, he summoned birds, and they'll just fly around in the corner over there. And as long as the birds aren't killed, then he just watches you. So he doesn't do anything, and I can just shoot him. And if this didn't work, then this would be the hardest boss in the game, because he has a lot of weird attacks that shift the camera around and make him hard to dodge. But he just sits there and lets you shoot him, so it's fine. And he does kind of look like Ridley. That's stage 3. Big puntos for time, but that was a bad time for that stage. You would get 150k points for time. And now we're getting into the end game. And this is like 6 stages. The last stage is pretty short. But there is also, you have to take mandatory damage in some of these parts. You can animation cancel through the spikes and the lasers there, and run through them to take less damage, but there's no like real way to do that really damageless. So if you get there without enough health, your 1 PC is over. Yeah, this is actually going really well so far. Go over here, stand in this corner. Let him throw that. I'm gonna let him throw another one because I've had him walk through that wall that he's not supposed to when I destroyed the computer before. And I'm kind of really gun shy about that. So this boss, you use normal shots on him because he has a counter attack if you do fully charged shots, which pretty much hit the whole roof. You don't want to do that when you have a safe spot in the corner here. Here's the last gimmicky part. I cannot destroy this computer in the middle of the loop. If I destroy the computer, then I can't do good ending route. So we're gonna be kicking a bunch of spiders. Play it safe, kick spiders around. Also, the spiders will dodge. They dodge your shots. At least the yellow ones do. So many spiders, they're still spawning. The spider spawns seem to be random. Oh yeah, I got the computer. So good ending route is secure. Well, mostly. I still have to destroy the meteor. You can also shoot this computer for points after you use it. 10k per shot. Also, you can run through this lift. This lift doesn't have a hitbox, which makes this start. You can also time these lasers and run through them. You have enough time to like just run through that. But I'm not going to. I did when I was speedrunning this, but I'm not speedrunning this. This is a 1 credit filming attempt. What happens if computer is broke? Then you don't get the meteor route. no, it's still there, I think. One of those tanks over there has a launcher. Also, if enemies get too close, you can melee them. It's kind of useless. Oh, it is, like, I lost plenty of speedrun attempts, 2 of them. Just a missile and a launcher. Alright, my launchers are looking good. Also, to score run this, you have to speedrun it because of the time bonuses. Right, here's a giant hand. The strat for this is stay near this corner, because that one finger will put itself down, and then the other one kind of gets stuck on the corner. So you're tricking the AI, usually. Sometimes it doesn't behave. Oh, that's really bad. Not take damage here. The giant hand is down. Alright, let's see if this works. No. I've had a first aid kit come out of that air canister once. There's also another hidden point bonus here. Okay, this is the first robot room. It's not too bad if you know what to do. These green robots coming up are the worst enemy in the game because they fire a constant stream of missiles. This is the second robot room. There are 3 green robots, and 2 of them start active. And you can see this missile spam is just annoying and extremely hard to deal with. Hell. I just opened the first aid kit. I just missed that first aid kit, and if I did not access the computer, then I could not take this route and get the meteor. Alright, let's hope this goes well then. These wall lasers, they fortunately don't do a lot of damage, but they are annoying. And you have to destroy them because you come back this way. And if you don't destroy the lasers on the first trip, they're still there. Alright. Yeah, it got destroyed. Alright, run around. There's a secret launcher in this room. You shoot this wall a bunch. And it spawns right there. First aid kit. Alright, my health is really low. Here's the giant meteor that we saw on the computer. To destroy it, we have to destroy these side computers. And there's a time limit before it locks down. The meteor, it should be fine. If you don't destroy the meteor in time, it sinks into the floor. I'm most worried about my health right now. Dead now. And here he has to use a launcher, which will that spider charges right away. And the big spiders don't really get stun locked if they start charging, so they will hit you. There's also a secret vest if you shoot this wall a bunch. And getting the time bonus on this stage is actually impossible if you do good routes because it just takes so long. The 1cc is in a lot of trouble right now. I basically can't take any damage from this boss, and that's RNG. Because this boss does like a fourth of your health in one hit on the third phase. This is the hardest boss in the game. First phase isn't hard if you just run in this corner. He can't grab you. The only thing we have to worry about is spiders getting close. As long as you know to just run in the corner. The spiders are really aggressive. Alright, second phase. Pretty much the same thing, but you just come over here and use tentacles to do that. Do that. And third phase. He sheds his baby eye and grows a new head. And this is all RNG, and I can't get hit once. Have to dodge that attack. Because the eye laser, or the tentacle laser there, he does that for a random amount of time. Do that, because it gets rid of those. Alright. 1cc is still kind of alive. There is one, like, it's still in danger. But the hardest boss is beaten. But I still am one hit away from death, so I can't make any more mistakes. And this is the last stage. cores explode when you shoot them. They aim where you are. Just gonna take this slow. I think that's all the cores. No, I don't trust those either. I am not doing this for the tension. Because I have to take damage in another room. Alright, this guy is back. I'm going to try something here, which probably won't work. He missed, thankfully. There's the soda there. Alright, I got it. Just get on this computer, let him get close, dodge his tentacle punch, and repeat. So he's dead, but because he was in the startup animation of his tentacle punch, that attack goes through, and then he dies. And I have lost several runs to not noticing him doing that, and thinking he was just dead. Alright, there. It wants you to go to the right, but there's a secret elevator over here that has a first aid kit and a much easier room. You get a red robot and a bird if you go this way, and the bird actually hit me, that's bad. But if you take the right path like the game wants you to, then you fight that boss again. Hello Gundam, yeah, it's still kind of alive. So you want this boss over here, you want him to spit, and you want to hit him with the charge attack. I want this red spider to not exist. Let him do that. It's very the thing looking boss. I don't know if I can turn around. And this is the worst room in the game by far. This is Robot Room 3. And the best way to do this, I found, is to actually take damage from that robot. Or that'll happen. Those missiles do about a fifth of your health, and those robots spam them constantly. They can also get off sync and just like have literally undodgeable missile patterns going on. Oh, they didn't take damage. But yeah, that is Robot Room. That is what it does. It's at the very end of the run, and it can just end your 1 CC. So you get to see the actual pattern of the final boss. Well, most of it. Well, yeah, I'm not terribly surprised about that. Robot Room 3 just... I think they got off sync, that's what happened. here's the final boss. And you can get good ending if you don't 1cc. We'll see if we get good ending at least. So here's a giant cashew. Good ending is never unlocked because we don't know how to get it. It just happens. But you don't need to 1cc to get it. Oh, he's doing this attack. He usually does this when you counter with a missile. Or this is his counter attack when you shoot him with a missile. That room can end you at full health. I've had it happen. And again, I think if you take any damage during the final boss fight, then you lose the ending, but we'll see. Because again, we don't know. We don't know how to get good ending. It just happens. I'll start doing this. You can't roll through this. And destroy them. Now the final boss does a ton of damage, and yeah, the final boss is extremely hard if you don't stockpile launchers through the whole game, because you can't roll. You can't roll through these lasers, you can't stun lock in. And this phase especially can get some really nasty patterns going. This isn't even the hard part of this phase. No! Final boss is way faster with launchers. Like, he would be dead by now if I had all my launchers, but because I don't, it's going to drag on. Every time he loses a limb, he would do that attack when he lost limbs. Or I shot him with a launcher. He would counter with that wave. Alright. And the last phase is this giant heart, which I might die to. Again, so 3 credits. Yeah. So, 3 credits clear, most likely. But if you have launchers for this boss, you can stun lock phase 2 and 3, and he's a non-issue. That's the first issue. The first phase is just whatever. But these last 2 phases are just terrible. What's he gonna do? Alright. Last phase. The one consolation, if you don't 1cc this is, you can just melt him with 1 launcher. And that's time. That would be time there. Underestimate. 3cc. Underestimate with a death. Because for real, that goes from like a 2-minute boss fight to a 6-minute boss fight if you don't have launchers. What ending did what ending did we get? Alright, my Tuki's got the hiccups, so we got the bad ending. And thank you for the GGs. And then Matuki was a zombie. Wait, what was my percentage? Let's see. $92. That's pretty bad. You need 96% at least for a good ending. I think taking damage on the final boss lowers your percentage. Alright, I will set up for pirates now. I do have the good ending highlighted on YouTube if you want to see that.